First thing I noticed when I saw Liya was, she is really, for me, perhaps one of, if not the, most breathtakingly beautiful women in the world.
She is a beautiful person outside and inside.
She has a fantastic intensity. It's that same intensity that you see in a lot of her modelling photographs. She has these piercing eyes and a capacity to go straight through you.
She's a perfect match. They don't come more elegant and beautiful than Liya.
She's probably the most successful African model, apart from Iman, of course, and one of the most successful models in the world in general, and one of the highest paid. She's been on the cover of Vogue 20 times. She's done numerous runways, commercials, and so on. She is a girl from a middle-class family in a developing country who set out to carve her own path in a different world, where she faced rejection, pain, and loneliness. But eventually her strength and perseverance paid off, and her life changed. But she never forgot where she came from. This is a girl deeply rooted in her culture. One of the most beautiful, the most generous people I've ever come across. This is the inspiring story of Liya Kebede. Liya Kebede was born on March 1st, 1978 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. She grew up in a middle-class family, the daughter of a homemaker mother and a father who worked in the airline industry. Liya was the youngest of 4 children. Her upbringing was rooted in Ethiopian culture, and she attended an international French school in Addis Ababa. Her education at this prestigious school exposed her to the French language and a multicultural environment, which would later aid her in her international modeling career. Liya's path to modeling began by chance. While still in school, she was discovered by a French film director who was visiting Ethiopia. He saw potential in Liya and introduced her to a modeling agent in France. But the funny thing was that Liya was made fun of for her appearance, as she didn't fit the Ethiopian beauty standards of a petite, curvy girl. Liya was very tall, very skinny, and people teased her for that. She said she hated the way she looked. And here was a foreign guy praising her appearance and basically telling her the same physical traits she was teased for could make her wealthy and famous. So after finishing her education, Liya moved to Paris, France, to pursue a career in modeling. However, the journey was not easy. Despite her striking beauty, Liya struggled to find consistent work in the highly competitive fashion scene of Paris. She faced rejection and the difficulties of adapting to a new country far from her family and friends. Liya said that in her early modeling days, there were very few women of color. Just the token, 1 or 2 Black and Asian models. That was especially the case in Europe. So it was very hard. She said there were times when she felt like quitting. But fortunately, she persevered. After experiencing setbacks in France, Liya decided to try her luck in the United States. She moved to New York City, a hub for fashion and a place that offered more opportunities. In New York, she began working with smaller designers and gradually built a portfolio. Her perseverance paid off when she caught the eye of designer Tom Ford, who was then the creative director of Gucci.
First thing I noticed when I saw Liya was, she is really, for me, perhaps one of, if not the, most breathtakingly beautiful women in the world. genetically. She has her parents to thank for that. But she also has a great personality, spirit, soul. That comes through, believe it or not. Even in a picture, it comes through. Well, for some people, Liya can project that. So for Liya, it comes through on the runway, comes through in a photograph. It's a pleasure to work with her.
Tom Ford recognized Liya's unique beauty and talent, giving her a significant break by casting her in a Gucci runway show in 2000. This opportunity catapulted her into the fashion world. After her discovery by Tom Ford, she started doing fashion shows back to back in every fashion capital of the world. All of a sudden, all the doors had opened for Liya, and she walked the runways for many of the top designers. Her success on the runway led to her gracing the covers of major fashion magazines, including Vogue, where she became a regular feature. Liya made history by appearing on the covers of American, French, Italian, Japanese, and Spanish Vogue, solidifying her status as a global fashion icon. Liya continued to break barriers. In 2003, she became the first black model to represent Estee Lauder, one of the most prestigious beauty brands in the world. This milestone was groundbreaking as it challenged industry norms and paved the way for greater diversity in beauty advertising. As the face of Estee Lauder, Liya was featured in numerous campaigns, further enhancing her visibility and influence. While achieving success in modeling, Liya never forgot her roots. In 2005, she founded the Liya Kebede Foundation, focused on reducing maternal and newborn mortality in Ethiopia and other developing countries.
Every year we lose 500,000 women, mothers, to childbirth and pregnancy-related complications every year, which means it's leaving how many kids without mothers? It's awful what's happening. 80% of those deaths are preventable, which is even worse. And they're preventable in the sense that they're very easy to prevent and they're very easy to treat. I think we have to really support mothers. I think we have to make sure that mothers get basic medical care, that they have a clean facility to deliver in, they have skilled attendants next to them when they need to deliver.
The foundation works to improve access to life-saving healthcare services, including training for midwives, providing essential medical supplies, and advocating for policy changes. One of the foundation's key initiatives is addressing obstetric fistula, a devastating childbirth injury that affects many women in poor regions. Through her foundation, Liya has brought attention to these issues on a global scale, working with organizations like the World Health Organization and the United Nations. I think she is the goodwill ambassador for the United Nations. But Liya didn't just focus on bringing awareness and donating to health-related causes. In 2007, Liya expanded her impact by launching Lemlem, a clothing line that combines her passion for fashion with her commitment to social causes.
I started Lemlem just from a gut feeling. I'm from Ethiopia. I grew up in Ethiopia. I grew up with people sort of wearing hand-woven clothes. That's kind of the traditional clothes that we wear. And once I was here and I was, more in fashion and working with all the fashion people and everything, I went back home to visit, and I visited an area of these incredible weavers that we've always had in Ethiopia who make incredible work but don't really have the space to sell their clothes anymore. And so I thought it would be really wonderful to see if I can help. It's one thing to donate money, it's a whole other thing to give an opportunity for somebody to make his own money and then for them to create a whole life for themselves.
Lemlem, which means to bloom in Amharic, features hand-woven garments made by traditional Ethiopian weavers. The brand not only celebrates Ethiopian craftsmanship, but also provides employment opportunities for artisans, helping to preserve their cultural heritage. Lemlem has gained international recognition for its stylish and sustainable designs, further establishing Liya as a businesswoman with a purpose. Liya married Ethiopian hedge fund manager Liya Kebede in 2000. According to Liya, it was love at first sight. She said, "Once we met, we were inseparable." How romantic. In 2000, the time that they met, that was around the same time that Tom Ford discovered her. In fact, Liya said in a BBC interview that she was pregnant and sick when she was doing Ford's fashion show. The couple has 2 children, a son named Suhul and a daughter named Ray, I think. The children are all grown up now. I think her son graduated with an engineering degree, and her daughter is in college. Despite her busy career, Liya has always prioritized her family, often balancing her time between work and raising her children. Liya and her husband maintained a low-profile personal life, focusing on their careers and philanthropic efforts. There actually isn't a lot of articles about their personal life. But unfortunately, according to a recent article by Vogue, they actually divorced about a decade ago. Apart from modeling and ads, commercials, Liya has actually done a few movies where she had minor roles, like Lord of War, which is a Nicolas Cage movie that was released in 2005. She was in The Good Shepherd by Robert De Niro and Matt Damon. There was another movie called Day of the Falcon, and another one called The Best Offer, which was released in 2013. But her major movie role will be in the movie called Desert Flower, which was adapted from the book of the same title, which was a book about the story of fellow East African and Somali supermodel Waris Dirie.
I don't want to do any more of these nomad girl to top model stories. Tell me about the day that changed your life.
When I was a child, I said I do not want to be a woman. Why, when it is so painful? Let us try and change what that means to be a woman.
Waris Dirie, I've done a video on her, and she's actually my most favorite model. She's just extraordinarily beautiful and has led a very inspiring life. So in that movie, Desert Flower, Liya portrays Waris Dirie, and the movie shows just what a great actress she actually is. I think it's an emotionally demanding movie. It's a sad story of Waris. Waris had a very hard life, and the movie portrays that beautifully. Liya Kebede's contributions to fashion, philanthropy, and social causes have earned her numerous accolades. In 2010, she was named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people. She has also received the Glamour Women of the Year award for her work with the Liya Kebede Foundation.
What I really want is for every woman, no matter where she lives, to have the same chance and the same access that I had. It's that simple, really. So I want to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity. I definitely cannot do all of this without the wonderful team that I have.
In addition, her efforts in promoting Ethiopian culture and supporting traditional artisans through Lemlem have been widely recognized. So yeah, Liya Kebede's journey from a young girl in Addis Ababa to an international supermodel and philanthropist is a story of resilience, determination, and a commitment to making a difference. Her work with Estee Lauder, her advocacy for maternal health, and her dedication to preserving Ethiopian craftsmanship through Lemlem have left a lasting impact on the fashion industry and beyond. Through her achievements, Liya continues to inspire many, proving that beauty and purpose can go hand in hand. I hope you found this story inspiring, and let me know if you have any thoughts about Liya Kebede or any other model that inspires you. And thank you for watching.